Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Forbidden Land podcast. One thing I have learned over the course of editing a compilation video for the end of the year is that one, this mic sounds horrible in my headphones, but it sounds fine everywhere else. And two, my hair looked horrible this year. My hair was still recovering from the botch job I got done to it in 2024, and I corrected it back in August, and I've just been rocking it this way ever since. But yeah, so it's been a interesting year so far, but I'll get into that in the next episode. Let's talk about some news and my thoughts on it. And I have a very special thing I want. Not really special in like it's good. Special as in like it brings me such rage. I'm going to be giving probably one of the hottest takes I've ever had, which will inevitably probably piss off a lot of conservatives if they ever heard it. But I think it's justified, and I think it's actually a very reasonable take. And if you're a real gun-toting conservative, you'll actually probably agree with this take. But to start off, let's talk about the big constitutional crisis of our age so far, which is can the President of the United States sign away amendments with an executive order? That is the question here, folks. Can we violate the Constitution and let the courts decide if it was okay? Can we do that? Now, the Supreme Court will be taking up a case regarding if Trump can end birthright citizenship. Now, as you know, birthright citizenship is in the Constitution, which is part of our amendments. It's part of the Reconstruction Amendments. And, I mean, this has been part of our country's, law for a really long time. And yeah, the president simply wants to do away with that. According to the UCLA, or sorry, not the UCLA, the ACLU. Cecilia Wang, who's the national director of the ACLU, said the federal courts have unanimously held that President Trump's executive order is contrary to the Constitution, a Supreme Court decision from 1898, and a law enacted by Congress. We will expect a decision in 2026 in June, I believe, but I must say, kind of alarming if the Supreme Court sides with Donald Trump on this one. Am I expecting that as a real possibility? Yes. But I think this would open the door. Do I have like pizza sauce on my face? I think this would open the door to the possibility. One, it would shift more power to the executive branch, which the Republicans have been trying to achieve for a long time now. But I think this would also give the president unprecedented power to simply violate any constitutional amendment they please, as long as it serves their interests, and they can just wait it out until until the Supreme Court rules it illegal. It should be, the Supreme Court realistically should have more of a say over if the president is allowed to bring every single violation to the Supreme Court immediately, like skip all the other courts and go straight to them. I think it's a bit ridiculous to flood the Supreme Court with all of these like cases of like, oh, can I violate this person's constitutional rights? Yes or no? And in the interim, before you make your decision, I'm just going to keep violating it until you say something to stop me. And also, good luck enforcing that, Supreme Court. Yeah. I don't know if they vote to uphold him getting rid of birthright citizenship? What is to stop him from then eradicating free speech, the First Amendment? What is to stop him from eradicating the Fourth Amendment? You know, now you can just barge into someone's home with no warrant. What about the Fifth Amendment? Nope, you actually are compelled to speak to the judicial system. You know, I mean, I don't know what to even say. With this ruling, he can realistically, by this logic, sign away any constitutional amendment or part of the Constitution with the stroke of a pen. You know, at that point, that actually might be his real goal, because then he can strike down the presidential term limit. He can just argue it violates the will of the people. It violates the Voting Rights Act, all that. Which, if we're going to go down that road, you have to make it to where people who weren't born here can also run. And then Mom Donnie can be the president. Anyway, sorry. No more fantasies. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous that the Supreme Court is even entertaining the idea of possibly overruling what's been constitutional law for like almost 2 centuries now. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Every day, this administration just leads us further and further into me having a stroke. In some good news, a Florida judge ordered the release of grand jury files from the 2007 Epstein investigation in Florida. This is the investigation where Trump received that sweetheart deal from Alex Acosta, and yeah, that'll be interesting to see the files from the grand jury. Reminder: Pam Bondi has, I believe, a week to release the Epstein files. So we'll see if that even gets released. Probably not. If I had to guess, they'll probably be like, oh, we're still redacting something. Or, oh, it's part of an ongoing investigation. Oh, it's part of this. It's part of that. I have been liking the stuff we've been getting from the House Oversight Committee, but I feel like it's not enough. I feel like they're holding something back that we need to see. I feel like they're withholding information. Like, the House Dems only released the, like, 3 emails that were fully redacted. And the House Republicans stupidly were like, well, let's just dump the whole thing out onto the website. And then that revealed the Trump, you know, all the Trump stuff and all the unredacted stuff. They thought it was like a gotcha, and it was not. Yeah. Man. Anyway, so that'll be interesting to see. I'm just doing some like crash course news here. Whoa, it opened a whole new thing. So the new representative from Arizona, Adelita Grijalva, I think her name is. I hope I got that right. Was pepper sprayed by ICE.
Watch out, watch out. Hey, put it down. Put it down. You're a city member of Congress.
You need to calm down. You guys need to calm down and get out. You need to get out. You need to get out.
There's this moron over here sticking a camera in her face. Hey, let me ask you some questions. Hey, let me talk to you real quick.
Get out of the way. Stop. You guys need to clear now.
What a big man. This is something I've picked up on over the years, because I used to be a big centrist lib back then, and I used to genuinely believe that certain uses of force were fine. And the police really play on prey on that whole part of being a guy where you're like, you get like overly angry about, or you get like overly impassioned and angry about something, and you're like, by any means necessary, let's do this and that. And since then, obviously I've been radicalized. The George Floyd murder being the like catalyst for that. When I really started paying heavy attention and started doing further and further research into American politics, and my entire worldview has been completely altered by this. Since then, I've watched enough police body cam, police videos, and dash cam videos and everything to know that police will just do whatever they want, even if it doesn't make any sense. Like, this guy's spraying what's essentially like bear mace into the crowd for nothing more than just they're yelling at them. Ooh, scary. I watched this guy called the Civil Rights Lawyer. I've been watching him for a few years. He's a West Virginia lawyer. And I've been watching him and the like Emu or Ewu body cam channel as well, because they have a lot of cops doing messed up shit type of videos. But the Civil Rights Lawyer is a good one because he exclusively covers police misconduct and will tell you if justice was served or if the police department just did nothing. And he doesn't hold back either. I mean, I just watched one today where he was like, and they sent one of their bald goon squad cops to go. And I'm like, you know what? I can see why you would get to that point as a civil rights lawyer. And the fact that they can just get away with spraying like mace into a crowd that's just yelling. And I've seen them do worse. The reason why I bring all this up is because later in the doc, the little bonus thing I have is a police misconduct video, and that's putting it generously. This video got me so mad, dude. This dude, like, maybe we should just go ahead and watch it in a minute, but yeah, ICE over here just acting with impunity. Obviously, they've got qualified immunity out the ass. Whatever crimes they commit, I'm sure Trump will find a pardon somewhere for these people. Plus, his DOJ will never prosecute ICE for doing anything. And it's his own private like police force. It's his way of being able to deploy the military on U.S. soil. But the fact that they're like bold enough to spray a House member of all people, I mean, they shouldn't be spraying anybody, but the fact that they're bold enough to spray a member of the United States House of Representatives is pretty bold. And I mean, I'm glad that she went to this. It definitely shows a show of strength, I guess, but I don't know if on camera she's necessarily coming across as the most strong advocate here, like that you guys need to go away, and that's all she's saying. We need a little bit more energy there. But other than that, I'm glad that she's there. She's doing more than what Chuck Schumer's doing. Doing more than what Hakeem Jeffries doing. Let me remind the crowd. Let me show you what Hakeem Jeffries is up to. Let me show you. This is the work that Hakeem Jeffries is putting in. Folks. This is the kind of resistance you should expect from the Democratic Party. Where this is Hakeem Jeffries. He's getting ready to fight. He's getting ready to fight, people. He's gonna win. Haven't you heard? But yeah, you know, I'm glad she's at least there doing more than what these ass clowns are doing. And my whole point with the police is that they get away with a lot. I mean, they literally will beat people for nothing. They'll kill you for nothing. I just watched another one today where this cop just shot a 16-year-old for nothing. I mean, people that defend them love to be like, well, they're people too. And it's like, yeah, some of the shit they're doing is not stuff I would be doing. Like, oh, it's the pressure of the job. No, it's not. You know, say that to all the cops who don't do that. You know, cops that may do other stuff, but they're not doing that. So, you know, but the one I have in the doc is egregious. It's one of the most egregious police brutality videos I've ever watched. Just this frame alone should tell you what's about to happen. I mean, just this frame alone is bad enough. They've got the spit mask over his entire face. They've got him handcuffed, shackled at the ankles, stuffed in a police car. He can't breathe because he's got asthma. And if you see how this entire confrontation even started, you can't even call it a confrontation. This is like an attempted murder.
And two other troopers, Sergeant Adam Schmidt and Detective Anna Ritland, arrived at the home of Justin Savage and Shauna Morse in Limerick, Maine.
So here's the guy. All he's done is dropped off his neighbor at his house. And listen to how abrasive she is.
Heavy vehicle damage.
Put your phone down. Stop walking towards me.
I'm talking to 911 right now.
Okay, hang up with them. State police is here.
Okay, state police is here right now. Continue with them.
What's going on tonight? So
Immediately aggressive. Immediately aggressive.
for a second, I'm going to pat you down.
Yep.
Turn around.
Apparently, Savage and Morse had just dropped a neighbor off at his home after a night out, but then an argument started. According to the police report, one neighbor told the police that she saw Savage strike Morse in the street and then was pushed by Savage when she tried to intervene. Savage then allegedly followed the neighbor back to her home and banged on the door and rang her doorbell, prompting her to call 911. Both Savage and Morse admitted that there was an argument, but both denied that the encounter ever turned physical.
Okay, what's going on?
Me and my girlfriend took Steve out, the grandfather of this household next door. We took him out to the pepper mill. We had a couple.
So I will skip ahead a little bit. Just know that she's very aggressive and argumentative with them. But I need you to see what happens next when the two male officers show up.
It shows him following her directions. It shows him offering to take a breathalyzer test. But then the interaction escalated after Trooper Fenderson and Sergeant Smith arrived.
Hey, Justin, go talk to that trooper over there.
What's up?
Go talk to that trooper, okay?
During the initial conversation, Justin appears to have been calm and compliant all the way through the point at which they grabbed Justin, they turned him around, and they handcuffed him, which we can see that Justin submitted to that without any physical resistance.
Drops the
After he was
flashlight.
handcuffed, the conversation turned to shouting.
Go for 28.
Can I just ring for old cell phone?
181 Victor Sam, 181
Justin,
BS.
stop! I'm explaining.
In daylight where
Just
people could see you. Enough, okay?
Justin, just stop.
House is getting broken into.
We're trying.
Look at your
Justin.
call log and see who's getting
Justin, this is
broken
your
into.
disorderly conduct warrant.
Our house is broken into from those people from that household.
Justin,
Look at
if you can listen
look
to
at
me,
your
fucking talk.
calls and see who broke into
Okay,
this
know
house.
who broke into this
a
house
week
last
ago.
week? Justin,
down or you're gonna go down.
look at me.
Okay.
Can you
Go
just
down
stop?
for what?
Justin, if you, because you're
For
not
tensing
listening
up.
to
That's
them.
not illegal. Is it illegal to tense up?
It's called.
Is it
called
illegal to
resisting.
tense up?
Stop.
Is it illegal?
We don't want.
Don't.
Is it illegal? Tell
You
me
told
yes or
me
no.
not to resist.
Is it illegal to tense up?
You
Is it
told me
illegal?
not resist.
Is it illegal to tense
You
up?
told me not to resist.
Do you understand? Is it illegal to tense up?
Detective Ritlin then places Savage under arrest for disorderly conduct.
Okay, Justin, you're under arrest for disorderly conduct.
Sergeant Adam Schmidt
This is where it gets started. This should make you angry because this is insane. This guy, this moron, by the way, grabs him for nothing, for no reason. Apparently, a disorderly conduct charge gets you absolutely ruthlessly beaten by the state. I mean, my God. And what one of these cops does trying to take him down is priceless, too. Just how incompetent and stupid they are.
then suddenly and unexpectedly grabs Savage and throws him to the ground.
Roll over.
Get your face over.
Roll over. Go over to your left.
Stop it! What the are you doing? You see these videos all the time, and now you're
You stay back right now. Get back there. For what?
I really wish his
Disorderly
girlfriend would have
conduct.
just like stopped talking and just stepped away. I get it's like distressing to see him, but you can't be serious right now. Like all he's done is shout, and they've now slammed him to the ground. And one of these cops rolled his ankle, and then they charged the guy with breaking the cop's ankle or something like that, like assault on a police officer. Insane.
going on. Please stop.
You get back over there. What is the issue? You
So after this, they get him up. They like drag him to the car. Here's the idiot who rolled his fucking ankle because he's fucking stupid.
Trooper Fenderson and Detective Ritlin secure a handcuffed Savage in the front seat of one of the police cars.
I'm not even resisting, dude.
Get the in the car.
I'm gonna get in the car. He's dragging me all over the place. Get your feet in the car right now. For what?
They apply leg restraints and also what they called a spit mask, but what they referred to in the video as a hood, and what looked like a hood.
Stop resisting!
I'm not resisting.
Please
I'm
don't resist.
a face punch. You
Spit on me!
I'm not.
You just did!
I'm not trying to.
Over so I can tell you now!
I'm bleeding all over the place, you kids. I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding. Don't worry.
The spit she's referring to is the fact that he's literally spitting up blood. So when he talks, it comes out of his mouth. That's what happens when you sucker punch somebody and also you throw them to the ground and smash their face into the pavement. And also roll your ankle like a giant fat moron. Like a giant fat dumbass. Like that stupid fucking cop did.
Yeah, I'm bleeding all over the place. I can't.
So then they like wrench this thing over
Trained
his
and
head
completely
and just leave him there.
masked inside the front passenger seat of the police car.
Breathe. I can't breathe. Get this off me. Get this off me. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
So he needs his inhaler. He can't breathe. He then manages to get the car door open. Keep in mind that he's handcuffed, shackled at the legs, and blinded. And he can't breathe. Keep that in mind. There's literally no risk of this guy getting away or anything. After they've already like beaten the tar out of him and then completely restrained him like a prisoner.
Door and falls out of the vehicle.
Yeah, 1, 2, 1 minute.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't.
Their response to him not being able to breathe, by the way, is for all of the cops to just pile on
Trooper
top of
Fenderson
him.
restrains Justin on the ground as multiple officers swarm on top of him. While being restrained by multiple officers, Justin is also masked, he's in handcuffs, he's in leg restraints, he's unable to move or see.
Taylor, okay, you're Taylor. Why are you doing this? You know I'm trying to help him.
No, you're not!
Yes, I am. I'm trying to get his help. What are you doing to me?
Stop. Put your hand behind your back.
I'm already behind my back.
Put your hand
And I
behind
want
your
you to
back.
watch this guy right here, the big fat cop, the big moron cop. Her light is going to shine over here, and he's going to point it out too. And then you get to see what the giant fat cop does.
repeatedly striking Justin in the face for no discernible reason.
I'm telling you, I'm not
Keep in mind, he's not doing anything.
Sergeant Motorcycle.
I forgot about that part. EMS guy is also holding him down. I forgot about that part.
Huh? He's in cuffs. He's in cuffs. Can you get a second rescue for
You call for a second rescue, but is that Midtown or is that what? That would be Leamington from here.
Please don't hit him! Stop! His hands are completely cuffed! Please, his hands are cuffed! Stop punching him! He can't breathe!
After the arrest, a doctor diagnosed Justin with a broken nose and severe bruising, and then
Holy
police booked him.
crap, bro. Oh my god. I didn't even see this part. I think my phone was like in my pocket at this point. Holy crap, dude. I mean, they really did a number on him for nothing, too.
At the York County Jail in Alfred, Maine. He was charged with domestic violence assault, assault on a police officer, refusing to submit to arrest, and disorderly conduct. His girlfriend, Shauna Morse, was charged with obstructing a government operation and refusing to submit to arrest. The Maine State Police investigated the incident and determined that the use of force was lawful, justified, and proper, according to a spokesperson.
They also promoted one of these cops for the first time in 16 years and gave an award to another cop. Now, when I watched this, I'm going to be so honest. This is my official opinion. If somebody had walked up and shot all of those cops, I think that would have been justified self-defense. I think you would have been deemed as saving somebody from being almost murdered. And I've actually held this opinion for a while. It's just this is the first time I've been able to actually verbalize it. But I remember when Derek Chauvin killed George Floyd. At the time, I was like, I mean, I get why nobody did it, but somebody, I mean, should have like shoved him off of him or something. You know, I'm like, God, it's so sad to see that everyone was so afraid of going to jail or having the crosshairs turned on them that they felt that they couldn't intervene. That is really sad. And, I mean, in my opinion, somebody could have shot and killed Derek Chauvin, and I think it would have been justified. And I think all the cops on this scene, it would have been justified to shoot all of them to save this guy. Because they could have killed him. I mean, seriously, they could have killed him. You know, they beat this guy. They had the fattest cop they could find sit on top of him and then beat him in the face. He was blindfolded, basically completely restrained on his face to where he couldn't breathe. Shackled by the ankles, handcuffed. I mean, how much more of a non-threat can a guy be? It just didn't make any sense. I don't get why cops like this even go through all the effort of doing stuff like this. And I would say life in prison for those cops. If it was me, this is why people like me can't be in the system. Because if it was my decision, these cops would have gotten life in prison for attempted murder. I'm sorry. If somebody in the military did this, would they not be given like the death penalty by firing squad? My God. So This is what I think about cops that abuse their authority and violate people's civil rights. I think it's totally justified, morally speaking. You already know the legal system will throw the book at you, but I think morally speaking, it is justified to incapacitate or shoot a cop in the event that they are trying to murder an innocent person. I mean, every cop in this country now operates with the guilty until proven innocent mindset. Like, it's supposed to be hard for a cop to convict an innocent man, and yet it happens so easily, so often. So, yeah. It's a little segment about cops. All right, let's talk about... Let's get a palate cleanser.
Yes, sir.
I want to show you this clip.
How did it go in there, sir?
This is Zohran Mamdani doing a little TV news interview in the rain.
Yes, sir. How did it go in there, sir?
It went well. I appreciated the conversation that I had with Mayor Adams and his team, and we focused on how to make this as smooth as possible of a transition and how to continue to serve New Yorkers.
The mayor indicated he was hopeful that you would obtain some of his initiatives or keep them going. Do you plan to keep any of his signature initiatives going after this conversation?
You know, I think I've said time and again that I've appreciated the mayor's work on City of Yes. I also think the trash containerization has been a good step forward in the way in which we handle garbage across the city. And these are things that I deserve, that New Yorkers deserve to have be built on as opposed to be discarded.
You're keeping his police commissioner.
I like that that's all.
Containerization. The way the mayor characterizes that is duplication is a form of flattery. Would you concur with that assessment?
Look, I think it is possible to be fair and honest in your assessment of an administration. I've obviously made my critiques clear. I also think that there are good things that this administration has done. I think these are the two examples on City of Yes.
If you want my honest opinion, I feel like he's not going to keep Tish around for very long. I think he's just saying this to keep it civil, which is fine with me. But you might notice something about this video. A scandal. Something controversial? Now what could that be? I spy with my little eye. Let's go. What in this clip is controversial? And I want you to get into the mindset of like a Fox News pundit in 2009. Maybe even like a host, like let's say your name was Sean Hannity. Let's say, just for argument's sake, your name was Sean Hannity. And suddenly the powerful brown man goes to a burger joint. Orders a cheeseburger. He goes, "Can I get your finest Dijon mustard?" Scandalous. Enjoy your fancy burger, President Obama. I want you to get into that kind of mindset. I want you to paint that kind of picture. Now, what do you notice in this clip that is horrifying, shocking, and newsworthy, critique-worthy? Haven't guessed it yet? Well, folks, I will have you know that the shocking, horrific thing in this clip is that Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani is holding his own umbrella. I don't know, folks. Should we have campaigned for him? I don't know. Who holds their own umbrella in today's day and age? This comes from this guy. As New York City Mayor-elect, Zohran Mamdani shouldn't have to hold his own umbrella. Zohran's team likely decided he seems more humble holding it himself and used a transparent umbrella to light him better and avoid him looking even more sinister on camera. I didn't even read that part. Even more sinister on camera? So his team decided that he should hold his own umbrella and get a transparent umbrella so he would be better looking on camera. Now I can sort of believe the transparent part, but I think the man just wants to hold his own fucking umbrella. Let the man hold the damn umbrella. I mean, come on. Am I crazy for thinking that? Like, I don't get it. And then this guy goes further. Eventually, your designer hair will be publicly exposed to a downpour, Zohran Mamdani. And we both know what that will reveal with a clip. Ooh, juicy bits being revealed.
My wife. Wow. Premature baldness. I think it'll take me down. I saw some friends last night. They were like, you know what I saw that horrified me? And I was like, what? And they just zoomed in on a photo of the back of my head. It's like, thanks, guys. That's what I'm dealing with.
Do you have a more serious answer on that?
You'll feel bad if I do die that way.
Okay.
And then you'll be like, why did I press? I hope it's old age.
Wow, damning. It's so sad this guy's so ill mentally that this is all he's got. And he's a Democrat. I forgot that part. He's a Democrat. Another moderate Democrat boomer who has had it with the socialist radical left that is taking over the party and the journalists who are enabling them. You're not a Democrat. You're just upset that people don't want to vote for Republican light. That's what you're upset about. Ooh, KOTOR's trending. Ooh, fuck, yes. Can't wait to read that live on air. If there's anything good. And then he finds a link to transparent umbrellas? Bro, do you think they don't own transparent umbrellas? This is like one of the most common umbrella types that public officials own. Look, DSA comrades, the Zohran Mamdani fashionable transparent bubble umbrella is now on sale. Don't let harsh weather hamper your style at a globalize the Intifada protest again. Oh, fuck this guy, dude. This guy's such a shitbag. Wow. Someone said this is some Obama tan suit level criticism. Literally. I mean, wow. I just can't believe how somebody read so far into Mamdani holding a fucking umbrella. I just can't believe it. Oh my god. No way. Can I even watch this on camera? Oh my god. Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic? I don't think I can watch it on camera because they usually put copyrighted music in it. Oh, I'm not watching this bullshit on Twitter. You got me fucked up. I will watch it on YouTube on my own time. Oh my god, dude. God bless America, man. Oh, that's so exciting. Oh, wow. My day just got infinitely better. You know, we've been kind of, you know, doing a lot this week, touring new places to live. I got new glasses this week. We've been finishing up Christmas shopping. Seeing a new KOTOR game. FOTOR. A FOTOR game. I'm gonna bust. Oh my god. Wow. My day just got so much better, man. All right, let's talk about war. It really brightens up the day. Let's talk about the war in Iraq. Oops, I mean the war in Venezuela. Where they have weapons of mass destruction. Oops, I mean drugs. We've been blowing up suspected drug boats for like the last few months now. You know, because we're lazy and we're stupid and we love killing people and we're bloodthirsty. We're just dying to go to war with somebody. We're due another war. Don't you know every decade the U.S. needs to be involved in another war? Don't you know that? We just can't have a decade where we're free of war. We've got to have another war. I don't think when was the last time we didn't have a war? Never. I don't think we've ever gone a full decade without a war. And people who are like, what about the 1800s? What about the early 1900s? We were warring with our own people during those times. All of the Native American wars. And then there's some other wars with like the Spanish and stuff. We have never missed a war. There's never a war we didn't want to fight. And now we're making the case for another war. Iraq 2. You know, the sequel. The first one was so good, we got to do it again in Dick Cheney's memory, in his honor. It's a shame Dick Cheney died so early he could have seen a second Iraq style war. Now, you might be thinking like, well, we're just blowing up boats on the coast. It's, you know, we're just committing some war crimes. Right now it's murder. We could make that shit official, baby. You know, we can make that shit official. We can make it an actual war crime. And I get so emotional thinking about that. That possibility that we could commit official war crimes on the timeline and then post about it with zero consequence. Oh. Makes me thirsty thinking about it. Apparently we have the capability, shocker I know, to seize these boats and arrest the people on board. You might be thinking like, well, yeah, Dane, I knew that. Prior presidents have done it like that. They commit war crimes professionally. Or I guess they're not really committing war crimes. They violate international sovereignty in a more professional way. You know, yeah, they've just been going about it a bit informally. But what makes this so special is that, one, this shows that we do still have the capability to seize a boat that we suspect of criminal activity, even though we're still violating a country's national sovereignty because we're interfering with their trade and yada, yada, yada. Basically, we seized a Venezuelan boat, but not just any boat, an oil boat. Now, look, don't you guys just love oil? Man, I love oil. Wow. Ooh, sorry. I get so just in the zone when I think about oil. Oh my God. Suddenly, I don't think this is a problem anymore. I mean, God, we should have done this sooner. You know what? As a member of the media, perhaps I should make the case for why we should go to war in Venezuela. Well, let's start off. Nicolas Maduro, or sorry, I have to make it sound scary to the American people. Nicolas Maduro, the president of Venezuela. You know, because you have to say it like that as a white person to make it sound scary to other white people. He needs to be removed from power. We need a regime change. I like how this is how you know CNN is manufacturing consent for this, because of the way they word things. Escalating U.S. pressure on President Nicolas Maduro's regime. His regime? Is he not the democratically elected president of Venezuela? Is he not? I mean, seriously, am I wrong? Am I wrong? He first became president in 2013 after Hugo Chavez's death, winning a narrow disputed election. Won a second term, won a third term. Oh, but the U.S. questions the legitimacy of these votes. Regardless, as it has it, whatever your opinion is of Venezuela, he's the president, dog. And we have zero business going into Venezuela and starting a war. Now, this won't be like a boots on the ground war like Iraq. This will be a more tech related war, you know, with like the drones and stuff. But this doesn't give us the right to invade another sovereign nation. The whole reason we're doing this is probably because we just want to interrupt trade with China. Because it seems that China and Venezuela are doing business. See, when you put sanctions on the whole planet just kind of moves on without you and just starts doing their own trade. And then when you get all mad about that and you start crying and bitching like Trump does, then you go, well, what if I piss off my allies too? And then they don't want to do trade with you either. So then Canada starts looking into alternative buyers of like their oil. And then European nations are like, well, fuck, let's go find some new trade partners. And then the U.S. just keeps losing more and more money and more and more money and more and more influence across the planet. You know, it's a really good strategy. But yeah, so we seized an oil tanker boat. Oh, please tell me. Oh my God. Trump said, as you probably know, we've just seized a tanker on the coast of Venezuela. Large tanker, very large, largest one ever seized, actually. End quote. That is hilarious that that's what he actually said. Wow. AG Pam Bondi said the tanker has been sanctioned by the U.S. for multiple years, quote, due to its involvement in an illicit oil shipping network supporting foreign terrorist organizations, end quote. So because the oil is for like Venezuela or for, as they're claiming, Iran, or maybe even China, suddenly we have to get involved. I mean, haven't you heard? We are indeed the world police after all. But I've heard people be like, oh, the Coast Guard can't catch up to those small boats we've been blowing up, but they can catch up to a big tanker. And that's also not fucking true. We've been seizing boats like that for years. And we only seized this boat for the oil. Come on. It's right there in front of your face. It's been a joke for like 20 years that we invaded Iraq for oil. It's been like a common like sentiment that the U.S. hears the word oil somewhere in the world and they immediately go and make up some excuse to invade and take that oil. I mean, fucking come on. I mean, why did we even have that invasion of Iraq the first time around where we ganged up on it with all these other nations and it was like the shortest fucking war of all time? Like, it's because they wanted to nationalize their oil. You know, we re-entered Iraq in 2003 because Dick Cheney wanted his little oil company to make record profits. My God, there's some weird ass noises outside this room. Yeah, Dick Cheney. I don't like that noise. Dick Cheney wanted his little oil company to, you know, get a bunch of fucking oil from Iraq. I mean, come on. This is the whole reason why we invaded Iraq in 2003. We're doing it again here. You know, we want a regime change so we can have an American puppet run Venezuela. We want full carte blanche over their oil supply. You know, it's the whole Monroe Doctrine where we just have full, complete control over the entire Western hemisphere. Maybe not the whole Western hemisphere, but the entire Western part of the globe. You know, North and South America. It's just, oh, you know. But, you know, think about those poor oil executives. I mean, why can't they have the oil from Venezuela? Honestly, it's unfair for us not to give them the oil. Really think about it. I mean, fucking international law. That's there for nothing. Come on. We all know you don't have to follow that. They just have that there for show. You know, really what they want you to do is invade any country you want and take whatever you want. Pillage. Pillage. Come on. It's always worked out great. Every single time the U.S. gets involved in a conflict, we are super moral and don't do anything horrible, and we simply just pillage and nothing else. Don't look up any of the other stuff we do. Don't look it up. So yeah, I can't wait for us to go back to war with Iraq. I mean, fuck Venezuela. For oil. Fuck. I mean, fuck. To fight the terrorists and the gangs. And stop the drugs from coming in. The other like funny part is that the administration keeps claiming that like all of our fentanyl in this country comes from Venezuela, and like it's like a fraction of a percentage of fentanyl comes into this country from Venezuela. And it's the same case with Canada as well. When he was putting all those tariffs on Canada, like, dog, the call's coming from inside the house. The fentanyl's coming from here. It's coming from the pharmaceutical companies. Come on. Like, please, bro. Are we serious? The call is coming from inside the house. You know, the poorer people get through his policies, through his economic policies, the poorer they get, the more they're going to want to try some fentanyl. I'm just going to be real. Drug use is correlated with poverty rates. And I'm just saying, the worse Trump makes the economy, the more he strangles it, the more people are going to want to try fentanyl. I'm just saying. You know, the fentanyl extravaganza under Trump too. I'm just saying. So, fuck you, Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth and Pam Bondi. And if we go to war in Venezuela, fuck the Democrats too. Because Chuck Schumer came out on CNN and was like, they were like, do you condemn these actions with Venezuela? And he's like, I don't really think I care at all. I don't really think I have an opinion on this one. I think whatever, you know, he changes his mind so much. How am I supposed to give a take? Just say you condemn it. What's so hard? What are you earning Venezuela money? Or not Venezuela money? Are you earning fucking like pro-war with Venezuela money? What the fuck are we doing? It's Iraq all over again. You know, you got Joe Biden on the Senate floor being like, yeah, we actually should go into Iraq and blow it all up. Here we are with Chuck Schumer on CNN being like, hey, I mean, if they go to war with Venezuela, I mean, if I got what I really wanted, Maduro would just leave his country and let us run wild with it. And then he could avoid this U.S. war entirely. I mean, what kind of response is that? That's a bunch of shit. That's ridiculous. I mean, that's actually ridiculous. Like, why are you even in the Senate? We should have just elected a Republican at that point. I mean, fuck. Like, you're barely the opposition at this point. Why is it so hard to just say you don't agree with Donald Trump? Like, at this point, most of the Democrats in the Senate and House are in the minority opinion in America by a long shot. Like, people hate the Republicans right now. You know, there was another Georgia State Senate seat that I think it was in the Athens area, or it was like near Athens. It was one of those districts. I think it was like District 112, or no, it was District 121. And this dude won like a major Trump district, like heavy hitter number Trump district. This Democrat blew the incumbent out of the water and won the state Senate seat. People don't like the Republicans right now. And Chuck Schumer doesn't have enough of a spine to do anything about it. If he could swap to the Republican Party right now, he would. If it meant he would be guaranteed the party leader position on the Republican side in the Senate. If fucking Paul Bunyan, or whatever his white ass name is, the Senate Majority Leader, Thune or whatever, told Chuck Schumer, hey, I'll let you take my place if you swap to the Republican Party, Chuck Schumer would do it in a heartbeat. I have a feeling he would. And that's just based on what he says and what he does. You know, remember earlier this year when he was like, we did it, folks. We stopped the big, beautiful bill. I took a vote and they agreed to take the name off. Wow. Good work, Chuck. Wow. So yeah, useless party leader. Completely useless. And yeah, I mean, it looks like it's pretty inevitable that we're just going to go to war with Venezuela. Seizure came as Venezuelan opposition leader and Nobel Prize winner Maria Corina Machado touched down in Oslo after she defied a travel ban and fled the country. Ooh, wow. Asked what would happen to the oil tanker, to what would happen to the oil the tanker was transporting, Trump said, quote, we keep it, I guess. Wow. Just really not even trying to hide it. He has officials literally going on CNN and being like, and Fox News and being like, yeah, we want regime change. Like, okay. All right, let's move on. I'm talking for a really long time, so I want to move on. I want to move on to what this episode's actually titled. Speaking of CNN, you can trade on it, as I talked about with that one ad. Oh my god, don't even get me fucking started. CNN has partnered with Kalshi. Oh great. I can't see the whole article. They've partnered with Kalshi. And Kalshi is a betting app. It's a gambling app. They can say all they want that it's just a prediction app. What do you think gambling is? We're not stupid. Okay, a lot of people are really stupid, but we aren't stupid. And we know it's a betting app. The people that use it know it's a gambling app. Come on. No, you're just putting money down on predicting the future. That's the definition of betting. You put your money on something because you're predicting they could win. What? Oh my god. I had no idea. That's the whole point. CNN is basically saying something along the lines of like, bet now to see how many children this school shooter took out after the break. Like, why are we doing this? We are at the, I've been saying for a while, we're at the end of capitalism in this country, right? Like, we're in the late stage. We've been at the late stage for a while. Reagan really pushed us over that gap, and we are entering the final stages of capitalism in this country. And this is part of it. Betting on the news. Financial market bets. Like, the finance capitalism, you know, like this is literally what it becomes when the economy is fizzling out and we're heading into another Great Depression and soup lines are forming all over the country, which they are. this is what happens towards the end. We are now betting on news. They are bringing Kalshi's data to its journalism across its television. And like, I'm sure you remember during the Mamdani race where they were like, polls are showing that Mamdani is up by fucking 1 billion%. And it would be like, I had one of those links in my doc at one point, and I rechecked it and I went, wait a second. This isn't a news site. This is a website called Kalshi. They're like a betting site. And I removed it. Because that's not polls. You know, that's people just putting their bets on who will win the race. You know, I think it was like 98-2 or something like that, like percentage-wise. And it's like, well, yeah. Even if people were voting for Cuomo or voting for Sliwa, they could see the writing on the wall that Mamdani was probably going to win. You know, that's a safe bet to make at that point. And Kalshi's running with it like it's legitimate news. You know, Mamdani now has a 98% chance of winning. That's not what that means. You know, that just means 98% of people think he will win. And their ads are so stupid. I showed a couple of their AI ads a few episodes ago. It was a while ago. It was like 3 months ago. And I have a couple new ones because they're changing up their strategy. They're moving away from AI, it seems, on TikTok at least, and moving into just this guy that they have on their staff who's like one of the cringiest, most annoying looking people I've ever seen. Oh, please don't start playing right away. Of course. Me finding out I can trade on sports legally in all 50 states.
Talvez cê tá com popo é vapo, vapo no setor é vapo, vapo do vapo, vapo, vapo no setor é vapo, vapo.
This is what happens when you give like a 5-year-old too much sugar. This is what stimming looks like in adults. You know, like this is I don't understand how this guy thought this was a good idea. This part especially. And that part, like that's literally adult stimming. That's when you like, I don't even have a good way to say it without it being offensive. It's like an old school way of saying it, and I can't say it because I don't have any substitute for it. This is like freaking out. That's the safest way I can say it. He's like got like that urge, you know. Here's another one where he's like watching a football game.
Come on. Herbert keeps it alive. Completes it to McConkey, who snaps at it down. Conkey.
Just horrible acting. I don't know why this is even their market strategy. And then here's like another one where they're discussing what to bet on, and this one just sucks.
All right, over under 28% that Josh Allen wins the MVP award this year.
Bro, definitely over.
You want to run a Kalshi test on it?
Dude, yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's look. How much you want to...
You want to run a Kalshi test on it? A Kalshi test? You mean you want to see what the betting market looks like? You want to see what everybody else is betting on?
Put down.
Let's do 1,000.
Okay, 1,000, 28%. I mean, if he raises the trophy, you're cashing out $3,300.
$3,300? Dude, lock that in. Lock that in.
I would, but I'll let you do it. Get Kalshi yourself.
Honestly, going to Vegas might just be better than whatever these guys are doing. Oh, God. I hate Kalshi so much, dude. And yeah, and CNN is like, hey, go ahead and place your bets now. How many innocent civilians did we kill in the latest drone attack in Venezuela? And with the results right after this commercial break. Just absolutely insane. It's unethical too. I mean, this just proves to you that CNN is not real, like fact-based, neutral reporting journalism. This is TV entertainment. It's entertainment. The CNN's current iteration was made by a dude who worked for ESPN. Like, that's why it's set up that way. That's why it's set up like a sports debate. That's why they're introducing a betting app as one of their main partners. It's like sports betting. Bet on the news. It's not a big deal. It's not like this is like real life stuff, you know, that has actual consequences and all that. No, it's lighthearted stuff. Just bet on the news. You know, why not? Why not? So we're doomed. Oh, and apparently CNBC also signed a deal with them too. Prediction giant Kalshi strikes a new media partnership with CNBC days after its CNN deal. Fuck it. Let's get them all. Let's get them all on there. Come on. Fox News is next. They have no morals. Partner with them too. You know, go ahead and part for MSNBC. Same company, pretty much. Go ahead and partner with fucking ABC at this point. I mean, come on, let's betify the entire news market. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I have. I had a couple other things, but I don't really care about those. Yeah. Well, bit of doom and gloom on this one, folks. But what's new? Thank you for watching. Let me check the release schedule for this remainder of the year, because this comes out on Friday. So this is the second to last episode before I record. Oh, no. This is the third to last episode. Cool. And then after that, I release the compilation. Then it's the new year. Wow. Yeah, wow, we're at the end. There's after this one, there's 2 more episodes of the year. Cool. What a year it's been, guys. Going into 2026. You know, this podcast is chugging along. Turns 9 years old in 2026. So yeah. So thank you guys for watching. You can support it. You can support us. Whoa, stutter. You can support us at patreon.com/forbiddenlandpod. You know, you can get some bonus content if you want. If you want to listen to this podcast on other platforms, we are on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Samsung Fridge. I know that because we're on the Samsung app. We're on YouTube Music, Spotify, and you can just copy our RSS feed and put it on whatever app you use. I mean, if you use a different app, then go for it. And yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I appreciate it, and see you next week. Peace.